Ladies and gentlemen, so the UEFA Champions League, you bought the fourth round of games in it maybe you could see that the Champions League teams, the table is gradually taking shape. And easy. And so on Tuesday and then on a Wednesday night, we had some amazing and then interesting games also in the UEFA Champions League. I'm talking about the 4th and then the 5th of November 2026. And so I'm here to break everything down. Games are how they call, so reactions, some of the things that happen here. When this is the platform for you. My name is General, and I welcome you guys back once again to the Punch R. If you haven't subscribed yet, kindly hit on the subscribe button that you see over there. Subscribe to this particular channel. Leave your comments in the comment section. We really appreciate that. And also, you can share our video and also put us on post notification by clicking on the notification icon you see right there. And I will also talk about the fifth Pro World 11 released a few days ago. Some of the players missed out, and internet as well. There have been conversations on the internet or talking about some of the players are almost on to me and Mickey, the fifth Pro World 11, specifically Rafinha Belloli of FC Barcelona. And so I'll talk about all of those issues. But don't forget that on Sunday in Ghana, there's going to be the super clash between Asante Kotoko, Ukuma Pema Apembeba, and then Glorious Accra House of Folk. Phobia, never say die until the bones are rotten. I'll talk about that particular game as well. And then finally, I'll react to the Black Stars call up Ebeba somewhere within this week, because after I say Ebeba this coming weekend, games across Europe, we are going for the international breakup. Black Stars is going to participate in the Kirin Cup. Only Japan and I think South Korea are going to play somewhere in Asia. And so we are expecting a call up from Coach Otto Addo as well. These are some of the preparations are almost here before the World Cup in June next year. So I'll start off with the fifth Pro World 11. I'll release here, I think somewhere last weekend. And they, first of all, they brought out the top 30 players, and then the players themselves voted for the top 11. And so these are the fifth Pro World 11 for the 2024-25 season. And so the goalkeeper, we had Gianluigi Donnarumma. He was the goalkeeper for Paris Saint-Germain before he moved to Manchester City during the summer transfer window. And so Donnarumma was selected. Akraf Hakimi, Virgil van Dijk, and then Nuno Mendes. These were the defenders are almost selected here. Oko midfielders now: Cole Palmer of Chelsea, Jude Bellingham of Real Madrid, Pedri Gonzalez, FC Barcelona, and then Vitinha of Paris Saint-Germain. The attackers: Lamine Yamal, Kylian Mbappe, and then Ousmane Dembele. So these were the three attackers. And the conversations I also on the internet is all about Rafinha missing out on the fifth Pro World 11. To me, I find it to be quite surprising, because Rafinha last season had a fantastic season. People were even tipping him to win the Ballon d'Or, because look at Rafinha's numbers that he had last season. He played 64 games across all competitions, both club and country. He scored 38 goals. He provided 23 assists. So 61 goals and assists in 64 games, which is incredible statistics for Rafinha. And then also he won the La Liga Player of the Season. Rafinha was named the La Liga Player of last season, but the FIFA Pro World 11 went to me and make it the top 11. He scored 5 goals against Real Madrid in the 4 Clásicos of Madrid last season. Rafinha shared 5 goals against Real Madrid, including a hat-trick against Bayern Munich in the Champions League, La Liga, Copa del Rey, Spanish Super Cups. These were the trophies Rafinha it me winning last season. And so on the top 11 players in Banana Rafinha, I was quite surprised, because I think he should have been there. Yes, Rafinha should have been there. But we don't have anything to say. That is a fifth Pro World 11. It is who play or let me see your reaction under the comment section. Now, moving on to it was in this week, and I announced the Golden Boy winner and player in Sakai, that is the youngest player in Europe and all that. It was Desiree Doué of Paris Saint-Germain, because last season he also had a fantastic season for the Paris Saint-Germain club or Bournemouth to get the Champions League and all that. And so Desiree Doué winning the Golden Boy Award, I wasn't surprised. He deserved it though. So if you look at the previous winners, in 2015, Anthony Martial of France won it. Then in 2016, Renato Sanchez of Portugal. 2017, Kylian Mbappe of France. 2018, Matthias de Ligt of Netherlands. He also won the Golden Boy. 2019, João Felix, Portugal, Onobabeji. Ellen Holland edged in 2020. Pedri won it in 2021. Gavi won it in 2022. Bellingham won it in 2023. Lamine Yamal won it last season, and then Desiree Doué also won it last year as well. And so if you look at his statistics for last season, Desiree Doué did really well. He won the French League A, he won the Champions League, the French Cup, he also won the French Super Cup, the UEFA Super Cup, and then he was a finalist in the FIFA Club World Cup, and so he deserved the Golden Boy Award. Would say everything was on point for him. So I'm done with those two issues. Now let me come and talk about the UEFA Champions League games also this particular week. And so on Tuesday night, these were the results I buy. And so okay. Hey, so like Champions League mean because results I buy from Tuesday and then on Wednesday it was like surprising results surprising results. You know, Napoli drawing with Frankfurt and all that. I was like, hey, how come? Because Napoli on then so Napoli and Frankfurt almost ball 0-0 early kickoff. Must say just a boys investment bet and for 10 almost 0-0 Bianche goal. Arsenal on the other side, Omoche Slavia Prague born 3-0. Arsenal is on fine form in their last 8 games. Arsenal haven't conceded. Mikel Arteta and in the boys Omoche when they are solid. The defense, their backline, like they are discipliner. They haven't conceded a goal in their last 8 games. This is a solid statistics for them. And so Arsenal won their game against Slavia Prague. Atletico Madrid against Union Saint-Gallen at the Wanda Metropolitano, they won the game by 3-1. Monaco and so share Bodo Glimt by 1-0. Juventus drew with Sporting Lisbon 1-1. Juventus this season in the Champions League, after though they have sacked their coach Igor Tudor and now they have Luciano Spalletti as their new coach, but things are not going on well for them because in the Champions League I think they have just a point. They haven't won a game yet. And so Liverpool also at Anfield, Real Madrid. Ye hojuma poto 1-0 pair. Young to me anti-canon. So Liverpool won the game against Real Madrid, and then Olympiacos against PSV ended on a 1-1 draw. Bayern Munich, the informed Bayern Munich, Paris Saint-Germain 2-1. Tottenham Hotspur also Copenhagen born 4-0 on that particular Tuesday night. But on game back one is the game I course between Paris Saint-Germain and then Bayern Munich. That game, it was, though most people knew that Bayern Munich was going to win the game, because if you share Bayern from a fine from almost in this season, in their last 16 games, they haven't lost a game. This season in particular, Bayern Munich hasn't lost a game. Almost winning on matches and so they are like on form, they are on top of their game. For me, I knew they were going to win against Bayern Munich. Paris Saint-Germain. And so I wasn't quite surprised when they won that particular game. But Liverpool at Anfield against Real Madrid, that game no be a him. And so that game, had it not been the intervention from Thibaut Courtois, like and Liverpool for Madrid, like 5 goals, because look at the saves Courtois saves are easy. Courtois really saved Madrid on that particular night. If you look at the saves, corners, like free kicks, a whole lot of saves. It was just one and I went to Hoshia. To me, it was a cross from Dominic Szoboszlai and then Alexis McAllister ahead of Yabono. And so that game was where Liverpool were dominating the game from defense to midfield to attacking. Madrid couldn't create enough chances in that particular game. And so it was a game that Liverpool dominated the entire game and then they won. But before that game, Trent Alexander-Arnold, together with the coach Xavi Alonso and some Madrid players, paid their last respect to Diego Jota, who lost his life somewhere 2 months ago through that particular accident. And so they went to Anfield to lay flowers and all that. Even uh, Trent went there with a game controller, a PS controller, because Jota now up a game and so he went there to put a controller there because now on a former teammate on a ball Liverpool for so many years. And in that game, of course, there was this particular incident happened here involving Chouameni and then Dominic Szoboszlai. If you look at this particular image, you could see there was a shot from Szoboszlai where Chouameni heading inside Ekokoje Bona. The referee didn't take penalty for that because according to him the ball wasn't a penalty. But for me, because ball no had a ball Chouameni inside left, which was outside the box, but inside right was inside the box. And so if Sesen Kabon inside right, yeah, definitely it would have been a penalty, but the referee didn't whistle for penalty. But at the end of the day, Madrid lost that particular game. And talking about the Paris Saint-Germain in the Bayern game, PSG now has, like, all their attackers are injured. Dembele was injured in that particular game, or just 25 minutes. He was taken out. And then Achraf Hakimi, almost any injury, it was really serious. Like Luis Diaz attack or the call Hakimi, so it was dangerous. And so if you look at the video, Hakimi untumi enante omodeno modern call back to the room. News coming in that he will be out for about 6 weeks. And then AFCON is somewhere starting on 21st of December. So maybe he might not be able to start in some of the games for Morocco in the AFCON. Desiree Doué is also injured. And then Nuno Mendes is also injured. In the PSG team media, things are not going on well for them after that particular game against Bayern Munich. And so that is that. Now, on Wednesday night too, we had some amazing games. I'll start off with the Galatasaray game, which Ajax won 3-0 and a hat-trick from Victor Osimhen, the Nigerian. Now he's the one leading the goal king in this season's Champions League with 6 goals. And so he bagged the hat-trick in that game. Ukopima Club Brugge and Barcelona. Omo won the Tawe said boys in Yoma on that particular night. Barcelona team winning game, Club Brugge almost Barcelona and on board 3-3. Even almost share 4-3, but final goal na say found no manje. Dortmund and so coping with Etihad. Manchester City born 4-1. Chelsea, Karabakh FK. Oh my God. Chelsea go and win this particular game. Chelsea against Karabakh. Now Chelsea akobo 2-2. 2-2. They sport every investment boys on that particular night. Leverkusen eche Benfica born 1-0. Since Jose Mourinho back to Benfica no Enyema Nyampekema he has lost every game in the Champions League since his arrival. Inter Milan won against Karamat Almaty by 2-1. Atalanta at long last Utumichi Marseille born 1-0. Then Newcastle also at the St. James's Park on also Bilbao born 2-0. And then game back was a game between Pafos FC and then Villarreal. Villarreal, this is in Champions League on winning game. Ukwakobo game and wako benching place na Pafos etchine born 1-0 pe when man take no. Say just a bet ni bibia dwonwa onti ase. And so I was talking about Victor Osimhen. He's in fine form. He's the second Nigerian to score a UEFA Champions League hat-trick after Yakubu Aigbeni did same in 2002. So Osimhen is in fine form. For Galatasaray, he is the second player in the club's history with a UEFA Champions League hat-trick after Burak Yilmaz also did it in 2012. And so Osimhen, this season or final form. Ekobase next year, turn and Europe. The price ebe cost pa into here Champions League goal scorers now. Osimhen led with 6 goals, Harry Kane 5, Haaland 5, and then Mbappe so 5 goals. Now let me talk about the Pafos team Romuchi Villarreal. Now that team is like their story is one of the insane stories that you find in world football. Yes, because a team that was founded in 2014. Yes, in the team they are 10 11 years more. Now they are in Cyprus, so they play in a Cyprus league. So Paphos, they started investing in data analysis and all that to build up their team. And so they invested in all those kind of softwares and all those things. And team, technically, it will become a better team. And so they also used AI and then professional structures, which will help them be a better team. So in 2023-24 season, they won their first major trophy. That is, they won the Cyprus League. And then in 2024-25 season as well, they also won the league. Then they qualified for the Champions League after beating the likes of Dynamo Kiev, Maccabi Tel Aviv, and Red Star Belgrade. Almost share team winning and qualified by Champions League. Wednesday night, almost Villarreal, one of the biggest teams in Spain, born 1-0 at Villarreal for no and to me auntie. And so it is a historic milestone for club and friends say Paphos FC. Before I leave, Erling Haaland, yes, now he is in the top 10 of all-time top scorers in the UEFA Champions League. You heard top 10 now. Haaland, that's him. He has scored 54 goals. Now, we say you're leading CR7 with 141 goals. And so Haaland has a lot of work to do. But the good news is that he's in the top 10 UEFA Champions League all-time top scorers. Now, that is some of the events that happen here in the UEFA Champions League. Now, let me come back home and talk about the super clash in the Ghana Premier League on Sunday. We have Asante Kotoko facing Accra House of Folk. That game is going to be a cracker because Ghana, yes or no, yeah, one or no. So on Sunday, we are going to witness that particular game, which will be live on TV3. Yes, because now they show the Ghana Premier League. And so if you love the Ghana Premier League, please do your best and go and watch this particular game. I'll be there to watch that particular game. And so after that, I will come back and talk about everything that I saw or everything that I will see. Yes, everything that I will see. It was that particular game. So Kotoko and Haas, the super clash is coming on. This week, we are expecting Coach Uto Addo to release the call-up or they've got the Kirin Cup. Japan and then South Korea. Asia. No. I think it's between somewhere 7th November or so. And so we'll be waiting, or I think 9th, right? Yes, from 9th for Echo. So we are waiting for the call-up and all the other things that will happen. I will not talk much on the House of Folk and the Kotoko game and then the Black Stars. I'm waiting for that particular game to end, and then I'm waiting to see the call-up Coach Otto Addo Edi Ebeba for that particular tournament. This is the point R. If you love our content, please, or if you are new here, don't forget to subscribe to this channel, or leave us a comment and also share our video. My name is General. I'll see you in our